Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Cole.
I'm John.
I'm Barbara.
And I'm Gus. And this week we have a very special guest, the Drip.
Water Babe.
The drip.
It's raining really crazy in Austin right now. We're in a temporary space, as we mentioned before, and the roof is leaking like crazy.
I didn't think they meant temporary in that sense.
This space may not last through the storm, so we have a microphone. Thank you, Mike, for setting up a mic on the drip bucket so you can hear it every time.
I don't know.
Every time.
Now it's really going.
Yeah, there was I just heard a really good drip there a second ago.
It might be too much. Like before we went live, it was like once a minute maybe. Now it's just like nonstop.
Yeah, we are going to have some nice like rain ASMR going for the whole podcast so you guys can feel like you're here with us. But if it gets too loud, I guess let us know.
Yeah. There's some off-screen drips that we haven't identified yet that are back up in the ceiling over there somewhere.
Right above the tile above my head.
Right above Barbara. So if we shout run, Barbara has to run because the ceiling's about to collapse.
I was gonna say you have a very cute outfit today.
Thank you.
It's gonna be ruined by the rain coming down on you as a bucket.
I'm glad it's not white. That would have been, you would have had to pay for that RT podcast.
Can I address something really quick, Gus?
What's up?
Grievance?
Just not a grievance.
Okay.
I want to address the community as a whole. Because I realized I'm not on here all too frequently. I think that's best for everybody. But last time I was on here, I don't know what I said, but I'm sure I was candid and just honest about something. But I got so many messages after that podcast of people really concerned about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I must have really just like had a rough week or something like that. And so
I didn't get that impression from you at all.
I didn't either.
I got a ton of people.
hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, really concerned about me.
I think maybe people miss you on the podcast, so they're just like, hope you're doing
I
okay.
think everyone in chat is saying that the drip mic is really loud. That's why. Okay, cool.
Okay, it's gone.
That's funny.
That's weird. I didn't. You were here
just-
not that long ago. You were in this space, right? It was like
yeah. I mean, it's possible that you guys are. By you guys, I mean you guys are just very normalized to my candor about. I have anxiety. I have depression. I'm a hot mess in a lot of ways, and maybe I just was very much just that way on the mic for the first time in a while, and I think the community was which was very nice.
It's nice to know
Very
people care.
concerned. That's very nice, but I just want to say I am okay.
It's funny you say that because the other week, was it last week when Chris was here or the week
Yeah,
before, and
it
you
was
got all
last
like nihilistic, and it was like whoa, I don't like this, Chris. I'm not used to this at all.
Pandemic is bringing out a very interesting side of a lot of
Weirdest
people.
side in everyone.
Yeah. How are you, Cole?
I think I'm fine right
Yeah.
now.
We should do check-ins on everyone.
We should do regular check-ins.
Cole was on recently, and we missed him. The three of us. missed him.
It was wild.
Oh yeah, because we were
Yeah, and then it sucks because we also missed Jessica. Like I had wanted her
and
on
Wes.
Well, yeah. Well, it was Wes's first time.
Yeah.
But it's like I had programmed that podcast forgetting that you, Barbara, you and I were going to be gone.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, crap.
I
So
know.
I felt
I was
really
so excited
bad.
because I
Felt
saw
really
Jessica on the
guilty.
schedule for something.
Yeah, we were on the calendar invite at first, and it was like, oh, we have to film that other thing. I had
It's
to remove
okay.
us.
We got down to what is and what isn't a bridge. So it was
Some quality.
riveting content. McDonald's,
Quality or
Eric isn't
something.
here to say otherwise. McDonald's is a bridge.
Okay. I don't want to rehash old conversations because people, if
Well,
you
there's a McDonald's that's a bridge.
what do you mean by that?
It goes across the road. All the way across the road, there's one
and
McDonald's.
in order to cross the,
Yeah, this is
Eric says no, it's not.
Yeah,
Do you
this
have-
is rehashing, but
but you just tell me,
There's
in order to cross it, do you have to go through the McDonald's?
you have to walk through the McDonald's.
Then yeah,
yes.
it's a bridge.
Then yeah, that would be a
If
bridge.
that's the path.
But
Is it the only way to get across?
If there's
Yes.
another way to get across,
No.
then it's on a bridge.
No, there is no other way to get across.
Then it is a bridge.
Well, I mean, there's a
if
non-legal way to get across, like if you were like
Right. If there's
Ethan
a
Hunt
chasm, if there's
hanging
a,
around.
if there's
are
a
you talking
chasm,
about the McDonald's in Veneta, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
wait, if there's a,
No?
it's Indiana.
Well, there's one in Oklahoma because we would go to the one in Oklahoma, but we also went to the one in Indiana.
This is a bridge.
If there is a chasm in front of us and I lay down and I'm the only way to get across, guess
Eric,
what I am?
suck it.
Trying to
I'm a
find you
bridge.
A photo here,
Eric
Barbara.
sucks nice. That's what I always say.
Eric sucks nice.
Yeah. The shirt. Eric sucks nice.
I feel like this
Did
is
you text
now.
Blaine that thing?
Yeah, well, I said, hey, Blaine, I'm soft. He never responded, so it shows what kind of friend he is.
Did he read it at least?
We were having a discussion.
Oh, he said, that's cool, bro.
He's so supportive.
Thank
It's a
you.
bridge, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it's the only way to get across, that would be the bridge.
There's also bridges that are all water.
That doesn't make sense.
What if are they frozen?
No, it's like there's a road underneath the water, and it's just a bridge that only has water on it.
So it's a road.
Wait, hold on.
The bridge, there's a road underneath the water. Well, I'll show you.
I actually
A tunnel?
I have files.
It's a tunnel, but it's kind
Let
of
me
like
get to my
they
files.
built a thing over it to move the water.
I actually
Oh.
think that I might change my mind. I think I agree with Eric.
No, don't do that.
I don't think it's a bridge.
Why?
Because it's a restaurant.
A bridge restaurant?
Like a bridge is a very specific
Okay,
thing,
wait.
and it has a.
Then you're just
function,
saying that things can only be one thing.
right? To a degree.
Barbara, you're blonde, okay?
You're right. Yes.
So therefore, you can't be a woman.
Well, I understand what you're trying to say.
Wait, are you saying that you can be both a blonde person
Yes.
and a woman at the same time?
At the same time.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
That's
okay,
interesting.
if I I was so strong that I was able to lift a whole McDonald's restaurant off the ground by myself and throw it up in the air, is the McDonald's now an airplane?
No,
It's
well,
not
I mean,
flying,
I
it's
guess
falling.
if the
That's pretty
air,
cool.
if an
That's
airplane,
pretty fucking cool.
if
Yeah. Eric
McDonald's
said he's terrified of it.
performs
Eric
the
hates water.
duties of an airplane, then it's an airplane.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, well, we probably shouldn't
Okay.
rehash it, right? Because you guys talked about it already on the podcast.
Definition of a bridge. Let's get to the root of it.
Oh, it's like it's a boat bridge.
Yeah, there's water.
You didn't do a very good job of explaining it. You made it sound like
I always explain everything.
You made it sound like the road was
extremely accurately.
submerged.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So a bridge is a structure carrying a road, path, railroad, or canal across a river, ravine, road, railroad, or other obstacle. So structure carrying a path across a road, the McDonald's is a bridge.
Okay, so the McDonald's is a bridge.
Yes.
What was that?
I guess
What's that
with the
bridge
word
game?
structure.
Yes.
What's the bridge game?
Bridge?
Like the card bridge?
No, the geometric one that's on the computer that you make the bridges to go across the little thing. and
Oh
then you
yeah,
send the car
it's like
across.
Bridge Simulator or something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They should put a McDonald's in that game.
They should. That'd be a brilliant branding opportunity for you.
Hey, McDonald's, I'm doing your job
We're
for you.
selling-
Okay?
we're selling
And then
bridges.
Face Jam will cover it, and that's what'll happen.
Speaking of which, they're doing their show. That's a perfect segue.
Oh, this weekend?
No, it's next weekend, February 11th.
So people can
Yeah.
still buy tickets?
I think so. Face Jam in Chicago, February
nice.
11th. Check it out. It's the the kickoff of the very normal podcast tour. Should have been us, but COVID.
Nothing like February Chicago, huh?
Go to rtxevent.com to stay nice and toasty with the Face Jam heroes.
It's inside.
Yeah, you're inside. People in
podcast
Chicago
is
know what it's
inside.
about. You guys know what it's about.
I want the McDonald's hack menu stuff. Did you see that?
Menu.
What do you mean?
Is that
the
like a
menu
Gene
hack stuff?
Hackman thing?
They're adding what?
I was like, is that Gene Hackman's menu?
No, I hate him.
Oh, what did Gene Hackman
We're
do?
uncovering.
Didn't he turn out to be like a total douche nozzle?
Did he?
I thought he did. I thought Gene Hackman ended up being a
Is
douche
Gene
nozzle.
Hackman
a
bad?
douche nozzle?
Maybe I'm mixing him up with another
You might be mixing it up because I don't know
another
if I've
old
ever-
actor.
But what's the McDonald's hack menu?
They're adding they either have added or they're adding
Secret menu?
things that you used to do that you just like to hack the menu, like a secret menu.
Like the McGangbang.
Yes, like
Okay.
that. There you go. It's that stuff. They're adding that stuff to the menu.
Oh, I heard about this land air.
Land,
and
Air, and
land air and
Sea.
sea, like all of them. I will fuck with all four of those things.
Is this
Wow.
legit? Because Sean Hines from Animation tweeted about it, and somebody responded that what they do is they just give you the individual items, and you have to make it yourself.
Oh,
like
that's
an
bullshit.
Animal.
Oh,
I mean, maybe there's like some type of, because it's not an official menu item, there's some like legality there if they make,
it does say that. It says order by name and build by hand.
Yeah, I don't need fucking Lego.
No, I want the magical people, the little elves that I assume make my burgers behind the counter to make me a land, air, and sea, and then hand it to me in
y'all-
glorious McDonald's.
Have you ever heard about
presentation.
that? Like, it's like a psychological thing where food you make yourself tastes worse than some food that somebody else makes.
Yeah,
for
because
you.
it takes effort.
takes
Well,
effort,
it's-
and like while you're handling the food and stuff, you're imagining what it's going to taste like.
yeah.
And so instead, if a food is magically presented to you, you're all of a sudden like, well, I didn't expect this.
Does anyone want to try to take a guess as to how many calories are in the land, air, and sea?
So it's a Filet-O-Fish, it's a
McChicken.
McChicken, and a Big Mac.
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
do some quick
It's
math.
got to be
How many calories are
a
in a-
4-figure number.
What's the last one?
Four
It's
figures?
Big Mac.
Big Mac,
How
McChicken,
many are
and
a
filet
Big
of
Mac?
fish.
I bet a McChicken is close to
8?
300 or
It's-
400
I believe
calories.
it's
Maybe
300?
five. Maybe
I believe
five.
it's 380,
Okay, 400 calories.
if I'm remembering correctly.
Filet of fish has to be more than that,
Filet of fish is probably 450.
and then a Big Mac's got to be somewhere around like 650.
It's about 600. Yeah, 600,
So
650.
you guys
So
are
I'm
saying
gonna-
1,400?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess 1,500.
Anyone else have a guess?
I'm going to guess 1,700 because I think there's more bread.
I'm going to guess 1650.
All really good guesses. According to McDonald's website, their menu, the land, air, and sea sandwich has 1,330 calories.
I win.
Yeah, closest.
I win. But we said 14, or maybe.
Well,
you
I
did
just
said-
guessed something different
yeah.
to be different, just in case we were off. But yeah, I order McDonald's a lot, so I know a lot of the caloric
I feel
values.
like if they have like a hack menu, you should be able to order it on the kiosk, but you have to like hack the system. Like there's
Yeah.
like something you have to do, like secret buttons you have to push and like enter secret commands and
You have to scroll down on the DoorDash to the blank space at the bottom.
yeah.
And
There's
then
like a little symbol there and you have to click it.
It's just like an M.
and then you do like a
An M.
hacking.
Yeah,
I-
all the like Matrix code comes up.
Yeah.
You talked about the psychological effect that happens when you cook food yourself. It took me back to a vivid memory I have from college where maybe it was an anthropology class.
Great store.
Teacher, great store.
Anthropology. Nice.
He was a very interesting teacher for that class. I remember him, and we were having a discussion about like ego and id and how humans perceive themselves, and then the opposite of themselves. And it's just one of the most simple things he told us, but it still has stuck with me. In that there is something we have that specifically defines when something is us and when something isn't us, and when
Okay.
it isn't us, there's a drastic line, and it can happen even with your own body, where the spit in your mouth you're fine with, but if I filled a cup full of my spit, I don't want to drink that
Right.
spit again. And I was like, yeah. Why? Because
Or
that
like
literally,
when you find a
like
hair
my
in your
mouth is
food.
coated
Yeah.
right now with that.
But you want the appropriate amount of spit in your mouth. You don't want an extra amount.
But I wouldn't even like to paint the brush around my mouth and give me
So if
like
someone-
to moisten my mouth with my own
So if you-
spit. I wouldn't.
So if you spit in a cup and then somebody drained all the spit in your mouth and tried to
Yeah.
replace it with the cup spit, you would be upset?
It'd be gross, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that's disgusting.
It's the same way if you're like having a bowl of soup and there's a hair in it.
Even if it's your own hair.
Although
I don't mind if it's my own hair.
If it's my own hair, I'll just be like, whatever.
But that also
How
is
do you
like.
know if
But
it's
if
your
it's
own
someone
hair?
like, let's say it's someone
I
else's
smell
hair.
But that also you don't like to
You
don't
know
like to eat hair.
Sounds good.
Then-
But
No,
the
no,
spit literally came from my mouth.
Right. Interesting.
So
Well, I mean, why don't we just drink our own piss while we're at it? Just,
But
cure
that also
COVID
is
or
not where
whatever.
the piss goes.
Hey, you guys don't drink your own piss?
But I don't.
My piss, so it's
You don't-
But I
okay.
also don't want to re-inject the piss
You gotta
up
smell
my
it first.
pee hole.
Yeah.
Right.
That I don't want either.
Anything that comes out of my body naturally, I don't want to put back in my body.
I had a moment today where I realized. I'm sure you all have to have moments where you're like, oh, the pandemic really shifted how my brain
Oh,
thinks
yeah,
now. with this.
absolutely.
100%.
And I had one today in the bathroom where I realized that because for so long we were at home, and what did you wear as pants during the pandemic?
Usually pajama pants.
Pajama pants,
Yeah.
sweats, stuff like that.
Do-do-do-do.
Joggers.
Pajama pants.
Never
Do-do-do-do.
jeans.
And so now,
Pajama pants.
anytime I am out and I'm wearing real jeans, and the jeans need a real big boy belt, and I have to go to the bathroom, and I have to unbuckle my belt, and I have to unbuckle my jeans, I have to unzip my pants and do that. I'm like, this is too much work, okay? I like it so much better when I'm at my house, and I just go, bleh, and I just pull down my pants, and I stand there, and I pee, and I'm done, I pull it up. Job done.
We have a sponsor. They're not a sponsor tonight, but we have a sponsor who makes pants that are they're like sweatpants, but they look like slacks.
Oh, you were wearing those the other day.
I was wearing them the other day. We had to film something. It was like I was in an office. I had like a button-up shirt, and I was wearing those pants. And Blaine was looking at me. He goes, "Wait a second, those aren't real pants."
Those are stretching.
And I was like, "Yeah, look, they've got no zipper. They've got like the twisty ties.
Yeah.
You suckers. These are
Nope.
comfy."
You're all
a
wearing
hack.
rough pants.
Rough pants, you idiots.
But like watching the realization come over Blaine's face, he goes, "Wait a minute."
You're the
He
imposter.
felt betrayed.
You want to know the most annoying thing on earth to wear?
Onesie,
But if
a romper.
I'm wearing them tonight, it's tights. If you have tights on with a romper on, which
Yeah.
is like one of those like one piece things,
Yeah.
that has like the button at the back.
Yeah.
To go to the bathroom, you gotta fucking unbutton it, literally get fully naked, like tits hanging out and everything, and then take down.
I liked your illustration of your tits that are just this, like these little.
Listen, some of us are aging. That's perfectly
But
fine.
even aging, your tits don't go out and down. It's like this is aging.
Yeah.
But you're sort of
So you're
like
sitting there on the toilet.
As you do.
And then
Just
I want to see
you're
that
just
gif,
hiking them
Barbara.
over.
just sometimes fling them, just out of the way. And then you got to take down the tights and then the underwear and then to put it back on, it's like literally fucking.
You're basically getting undressed and redressed anytime you have to go to
Well,
the bathroom. That seems annoying as hell.
So-
I have some of those rompers, and granted, the ones that I've got, they were made for men, and so because apparently the fashion industry likes men better than women, it put a zipper in them and even pockets that hold a phone. But so I could go do my pee-pees that way. But if I didn't need to do a twosies, it was like because I wore them to RTX, and so I'm in a public place, and so you not only take it down, but I don't want it to touch the bathroom floor. So like if you had a camera, you just see me sitting there holding my onesie to the side.
you don't put it on the hook.
Well, I didn't want to take it all the way off.
Yeah,
I didn't
people
want
don't
to take my
take
shoes
it
off.
fully off. Like usually you take it off. Like
So I don't want it to just sit on the floor.
Cole's just
because-
imagining us being like,
So it's just like you're just sitting here holding your
That would-
clothes, trying to do a twosies.
I feel so vulnerable just sitting
Yeah.
there like
with your tits hanging out.
with my tits hanging out. Wow.
Yeah.
That's how they come at you when you take your bra off. You're not, if you're careful.
Watch out. Keep a 2-foot
Clever
distance.
girl.
Gross.
They'll come at you for the front, but the sides.
Yeah.
It's even worse if you have like a jacket or like an overshirt on, because then you got to take that full thing off. Then the thing.
It
it's
really
just-
is a bummer.
Yeah. But worth it for fashion.
This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by MeUndies. It's hard to believe, but nobody's perfect. That's right, not even your significant other. But MeUndies is celebrating our imperfectly perfect matches with their new Valentine's Day collection. You know how I feel about MeUndies. I love them. Been talking about them for years now. I love the fit, love the patterns, love the company. I'm a MeUndies guy. You know me. When you think about me, you think MeUndies. Getting underwear for Valentine's Day, absolutely groundbreaking. Matching underwear is where it's at. Express your one-of-a-kind relationship when you match your bottom half to your better half in fun limited edition prints. And if you're single, don't worry. You can mingle in matching pairs with your friends or even get dog hoodies and buddy bands to match your four-legged soulmate. Pretty cool, right? Be sure to check out all of MeUndies' super fun, super soft undies, socks, bralettes, loungewear, and more available in sizes small to 4XL. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For a limited time only, you get 25% off your first order of matching pairs for Valentine's Day. And as a first-time purchaser, you also get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. So for 25% off matching pairs and 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. That's MeUndies.com/roosterteeth.
Speaking of tits,
Lay it on me.
Okay.
My girlfriend's fantastic, and we make each other laugh all the time. And the other day we went for a bike ride this weekend, and then we came back and we were like changing and everything, and she just yells over, she's like, "Hey John, come over and feel how cold my tits are."
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's a cold tits kind of day.
But what was crazy was it was the underside was cold.
Yeah.
And so, but I went over and I was like, "Sweetie, I will always, okay? I will always."
When you went to feel, what was like? Did you go for full grab or did you?
I think I went a little bit like this to make sure I could feel the under part.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a little
We're
bit,
trying to feel a little bit of under and side so we could see the temperature.
compare-
Well, yeah, I'm
the
grabbing
gradient.
The boobs.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the boobs still at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird. Trevor and I went for a walk this weekend, and we got home, and he's like, "Sweetie, come in here and feel how cold my balls are."
The underside.
But it's weird.
The
Underside.
Yeah, it's just, which is they're supposed to stay warm. Just kidding, that didn't happen.
It made me bust up laughing.
Well, you can't let them get too hot. It's no good.
I mean, right? Or too cold. You got to keep them perfectly temperatured, right?
Do you know why when they fix dogs and cats, they fully just take off those things, but then if they fix a dude, they just go in very precisely and get the little nicky
It's
nick?
probably just aesthetics.
Is it aesthetics? Because as humans, we're like, men are supposed to have testicles that are visible.
Yeah. I think we're probably also better at like protecting it. If there's nothing important in there to protect anymore for a dog, they might like run around like Rip It or something.
They have replacement balls for dogs.
They have
do?
replacement balls for dogs.
It's called nudicles.
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 Eric, can we have some nudicles, Eric?
Nudicle sponsor, please.
And we can use them. Remember how people used to use like those balls with the ring? They would make like the bells. And the
Like
ringing
David
sound?
Bowie doing the
Yeah.
labyrinth thing.
So, in true RT podcast fashion, I need to bring up a question.
Eric says sure. Thank you, Eric. Yeah.
I think Trevor might have brought this up on Off Topic the other week. Do you guys have sink knife?
Sink knife. I think I know what that means. Can we define? Should each of us
Yes.
define sink knife?
I think I remember.
John's looking at me so weird.
I think it's sink knife. I think it's a knife you don't use for regular purposes like cutting food. It's a knife you keep by the sink to like cut open packages or pry things open.
No.
That's called an X-Acto knife, Gus.
Sink knife, and here's my guess. Sink knife is whenever you have cream cheese that you need to spread on a bagel. You have the knife at the sink that you always pick up that one, spread it, and then immediately wash it off.
I hate all
that
of
way
these.
it's ready to go for round 2.
Cole is definitely close.
Oh, what's your sink knife, John?
I think is sink knife like a something that upsets you, where like a guy will use a knife and then just put it in the sink and let it sit there.
No.
Okay.
So Cole's pretty much dead on. Trevor and I have a knife that we use for spreading things onto toast, bagels, whatever, that doesn't get dirty enough for us to want to put it in the dishwasher. So we just kind of leave it by the sink, kind of hanging over. So if we need to, we could just kind of rinse it off, wipe it down, and use it for something else. Because we spread a lot of stuff on stuff.
You apparently do.
Like-
You have a lot of spread?
But also, like, both he and I hate doing the dishes. So it's like, oh, we just need a knife for this quick thing. Just grab it there. Because you're not eating with it like a fork or a spoon.
What are you spreading so much?
Jams. And
Jams and butters and
I guess I don't spread enough to have this problem.
cream cheese.
Is just bread with a spread a very common food in your house?
It actually is.
Okay.
One of our favorite snacks is toast with butter.
Gotcha.
Or just bread with butter. Or peanut butter. Peanut butter, actually, we have a lot of too.
I don't eat breakfast often. When I do, it'll be like a bagel with cream cheese, and so it's
Yeah. You need sink knife.
Yeah, sink knife. I also have sink spoon for anything you're mixing. Like if you have.
I
Just get a clean.
I just get clean ones. I don't have sink knife or sink spoon. I just get a new one.
That's in the drawer.
Right.
I don't need to go to the drawer. I don't need to
The
go
drawer,
there.
which is just a little to the left.
No,
of
it's on the
sink.
other side of the kitchen.
Yeah, my
How
kitchen.
big is your kitchen, dude?
At least like 6 feet.
You're a big boy. You can probably reach there.
But that's a lot of work. I just think sink spoon's right there.
If you lay down your body across the two sides of your
That's
kitchen,
too
would
tall
you,
then.
would-
That's
no,
4 feet
no.
up.
Would you be a bridge for your kitchen?
Ooh. Who's crossing it? Can anyone cross?
Your cat.
Oh, Lupin could totally cross.
Yeah.
me.
You'd be a
he's a
bridge
bridge.
for
I'd
I'd be a
Lupin.
bridge.
Yeah.
Cold a bridge. That's the title of this episode.
Hold a bridge.
And then it's me.
I just think there's a number of things. I saw it in chat a little bit, like certain things that you use,
That's a
but you
sink
don't
chopsticks.
fully use it, so you could still use it.
But you fully
again.
used it.
Do we have
Yeah, like-
do we have someone who can make a poll in chat? Do you?
I don't know,
To
dude.
ask if
If people have
if
sink,
people have sink knives.
Sink
Sink knife?
cutlery.
I could if I was logged in somewhere.
I don't know how to make polls. I'm
Or maybe I don't know how to make polls.
How do I make? polls?
I don't spread enough things because I don't think it's any surprise to you. I don't eat a lot of like just bread by itself.
But you
My
have
diet.
a perfect opportunity for a sink spoon because you eat cereal.
yeah, but you
I actually don't eat
that.
cereal very often.
You
I eat cereal for my special times.
Yeah.
But
days.
I would probably the closest thing would be when I was at the height of it's really making a like
There is
a
so
plop.
much.
It's making a plop
It's
now.
splashed all around the lip. Of,
Should we move the mic?
The mic is getting
out?
wet.
Mic
Tip
is
of the
getting-
mic is
the mic
super wet.
Okay to be wet, Mike.
That's why that guard's on that.
Okay.
Because
It's gonna reach. It's like eventually gonna reach the
It's getting
mic.
the top of the trash can wet.
Is it at the halfway mark yet?
No.
Okay.
No. It's,
So it'll probably won't fill up on the
I'll show everyone
podcast.
where it is.
That's when the podcast is done, when it's full.
It's like a timer.
You have to keep going until the bucket's
It's like an
full.
hourglass.
It's like an inch full. Oh, there we go. A poll.
Yay!
Thank you, Pole Gods.
Someone in chat said what I was about to say.
Thank you, Pole God.
Maybe a coffee spoon.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Maybe,
an example too.
maybe.
Like something used to stir something with, and then ding, ding, ding,
Maybe.
and then put it to
But
the
then
side.
you were yelling at me, telling me to go all the way across my kitchen.
I was saying maybe.
Take a bridge.
But I
I need a kitchen bridge.
usually just I have a lot of spoons, and so I just use
I don't
the
have that many
spoons.
spoons.
I turned around and you guys were holding hands, and I like
Because
it.
we are.
We are holding it.
Okay.
Well,
It's comforting. Okay.
I have a lot of different spoons.
I have.
Yeah, the Coke spoon.
I actually
got a
do
Coke
too.
spoon, got the Pepsi spoon. Got...
Oh, you're in a different
We
direction.
cannot get into spoons again.
No, well, I just have like the ramen noodle spoon that you get at the stores or at the restaurant.
The like kind of thicker.
The bowl. It's like a
bowl.
little bowl.
I have one very special cereal spoon that came. With Magic Spoon.
Yeah.
They
change colors?
They had they had a special bowl that came with a special spoon that was like a special thing a long time ago, and I have a special spoon.
I did not get that. I've had Magic Spoon before. It's very
It's really good. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I read an
Touching
article a couple weeks ago about how McDonald's did away with their coffee stirrer spoon I think it was in the late 80s because it became super popular as a cocaine spoon.
Oh fuck.
Wait, I'm sorry. How do you?
It's
put a little on the tip
cocaine
and-
spoon is like that little
Oh,
tiny.
so
like,
is that small? It was
Yeah.
that small,
Right.
I was thinking a much bigger spoon than that, and I was like, I don't think I know
People
how
did a lot of cocaine in the
It was
80s.
the 80s, didn't you hear me?
I think it's to the surprise of nobody. I have not done the cocaine.
It
so I'm
became
just
like
not-
it was like a black market item where people were selling
okay,
it
the
along
little-
with drugs.
I got you.
Yeah.
I've never even seen cocaine being done. That's how like.
IRL. I mean,
Yeah,
I've watched Succession.
Well, obviously,
see it all
like
the
in
time.
movies
Spoon.
and stuff, but yeah.
Oh, I remember that spoon.
Yeah, they don't sell it anymore because it was really popular for the cocaine.
yeah, it had the cool little
that.
McDonald's logo on the end.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want one of those.
Well,
We're good kids here
if
at
you-
Rooster
Is
Teeth.
that, I
Go,
wonder
go
how,
over to the east side.
how much do they go for on eBay? There's gotta be someone who got
betcha.
like a
What'd the poll say?
I
said,
think
like,
most people
40%
had
no. So it's a margin of error, probably.
You can't just say margin of error and that like does anything.
That's a 40 to 60 poll. That's like a margin of error. Like that's probably
within the margin of error
Yeah.
for.
neutral.
Okay, yeah, that works.
If you're gonna have a sink utensil, knife is the way to go.
60-40.
60-40? Okay.
There's one you can buy here on eBay. Buy it now for $9.90, and the title of the auction is "Rare Banned McDonald's Cocaine Spoon."
They call it the cocaine spoon.
Hey Gus, I'm gonna need you to buy that for me right now. I'm gonna need. Hey. I'm letting you buy me a birthday present like 8 months early.
The cheapest one I can find is about $7, but the going rate seems to be between $9 and $10 for.
Okay, I will look
said-
forward to you gifting me a McDonald's spoon
When
soon.
you said that you saw it for sale online, I thought you were still talking about sink knife. And I was like, what? A sink knife?
My stick knife.
A specific sink knife for sale?
No.
Oh, they're so cool. I remember those.
I like the little M on the.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
think that's why McDonald's had to stop making them because
Because it's like branding. Like,
I feel like was there other utensils they had that little M, or was that the only thing?
No, I
think that was it.
So,
I'm thinking you're thinking the little coffee stopper. Didn't it have it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like that
I've
little-
definitely
maybe.
seen it before on other things, but yeah, that
God,
was,
80s. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it sound like an old person, but 80s and 90s McDonald's was peak McDonald's, and I'm sorry anybody who didn't get to experience it because it was like they really were pushing those characters.
Yep.
The playgrounds were the best they ever were because they were highly branded to the McDonald's stuff. Like now they're all the same plastic, shapeless, faceless stuff. But it was like there were Grimace toys and they were all the hard, like metal stuff that heated up in the sun.
that felt awful to slide down.
Oh, yeah.
The toys were the best, and they had. It may have been during the '90s that they had the whole Disney run where Disney partnered with McDonald's.
They had a Disney run.
yeah.
They had a Beanie Baby
The dollar
run.
menu was actually a dollar menu.
I remember getting Happy Meals and being so excited for the toys because they were such good high quality.
Actually being happy.
I remember actually being happy. No relation to McDonald's whatsoever.
Getting
kidding,
old.
just
Well, they did. They had the Pokemon cards in there recently.
They did.
Oh yeah,
So-
I got some of those. I still have a bunch of.
McDonald's has done a number of things to like really drive traffic there. Like they do the Monopoly thing, which always is like crazy for them. And then
I feel like they haven't done that in a while, have they?
I don't know.
Ever since that McMillions came out on HBO.
Yeah, I have no sense of time anymore.
Fucking Peter Hayes, hard grimace.
McDonald's Monopoly.
The ads were great too, like the Christmas ads, the McDonald's Christmas ads.
They had,
Remember
like,
those?
the
The
VH
star,
They-
the star falling down. That ad.
Mac Tonight? Remember Mac Tonight?
Yeah,
Does anyone else remember Mac Tonight?
yeah. We're not gonna talk about Mac.
Why can't we talk
What's
about
Mac
Mac
Tonight?
Tonight?
Don't you know what happened?
What happened?
He became a symbol for white supremacists.
Did he?
Yes.
What?
Yes. He became
Mac
a symbol.
Tonight was like a singing crooner
Wait a
moon who
minute.
played the piano.
You're telling me a character from McDonald's became a symbol for white supremacists, and it wasn't Ronald McDonald?
It wasn't. It was Mac Tonight.
Apparently, McDonald's ran Monopoly just recently, August to October in 2021, after a 2.5-year hiatus.
That's only like a month. August to 2 months.
I didn't hear what we were talking about. I was thinking about why Ronald would be a white supremacist symbol.
And they also had I remember the cartoon.
This was-
They had like a VHSs you could.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy.
He's like the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great. I did love him. I even had a toy of him.
He reminds me of Jay Leno.
I can't play too much.
It was great. But
Yeah,
yeah,
if you look
if you literally Google like Mac the Knife in YouTube, and you will find a bunch of
Wait,
YouTubers.
Mac the Knife or Mac
Mac tonight. Sorry, Mac tonight.
Kitchen knife.
Kitchen knife. Back the knife.
And you will find like a bunch of probably YouTubers who have like
Were we calling it kitchen knife?
like video documentaries on like what happened to him and his like.
So what's
connections.
Mac tonight?
I think
White
Defunctland
Supremacy?
did an episode on it.
Who?
Defunctland.
Oh.
Who did an episode with Jack and Jeff for Annual Pass?
Oh.
Oh God.
That's super cool.
Did you find it?
Oh God. Oh God.
See, it's
It gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're not showing this on stream.
Oh man. What happened? He fell on hard times. Oh no. This is awful.
Yeah. So that's but I agree that in the 90s I loved Mac Tonight. It was a fun little character, and they had him in the stores too.
What was the slogan for McDonald's before I'm loving it?
We love to see you smile. We love to see you smile.
That's right.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's a damn good memory, Cole.
I think about that a lot. I think about all the McDonald's. I was like, why'd you change it? Why change
It's
it?
some very iconic slogans.
Yeah.
It's funny. A few years ago, I think I may have talked about this in the podcast years ago, but I was thinking about the different slogans for each of the home improvement stores. Like at the time, Home Depot was something like, "You can build it, we can." No, yeah, you can build it, we can help. I think Lowe's was, "Let's build something together."
Yeah, I remember.
And then I think it was McCoy's was like, "Go build something." It's like the first two are like, "We can do it." Like it is a, and the third one's like, fuck off.
It's more like an annoyed father tired of hearing it. Just go build something. Go outside.
Go touch some grass.
Go touch some grass. Isn't Home Improvement getting rebooted?
It is.
No, really?
I think Home Improvement's getting rebooted.
Home Improvement reboot.
Like I think
Tim Allen involved?
Tim Allen's involved.
Okay.
Is it? Am I right?
It says that they've hinted at it last year.
Okay.
I don't know that it's necessarily 100% confirmed, but
Okay.
it seems like they're probably trying to make it happen.
Gotcha.
If I threw out a slogan, do you guys think you could name the brand
Go for it.
it's from?
What is it all?
Probably.
These are just popular companies.
Sure, why
So
not?
none of these are like small little things. The best a man can get.
Victoria's Secret.
Gillette.
Gillette. Think different.
I know that one.
So like
Burger
IBM.
King.
Apple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet you can't eat just one.
Lay's.
Victoria's Secret.
One pair of panties. Bet you can't eat just one.
Think outside the bun.
Walgreens.
Is that Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Feel how cold my tits are.
Think big.
Is John's girlfriend a brand? What?
Think big.
Think big. John might know this one.
Big Lots.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just think about us. Just think, please.
Think
please,
big.
Please, just think about us.
Just once.
When's
think
the last time you thought about us?
We're not Eckards anymore.
We just
Please
did-
think about
please.
it.
IMAX.
IMAX.
Oh, yeah. I think that's still.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's
Capital One.
Victoria's
yeah.
Secret.
Gus is gonna know this one immediately. Shave time, shave money.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Do you want me to say it?
They're not sponsoring.
Yeah, Dollar Shave Club.
They have to pay for that now.
John,
Yeah.
have it your way.
McDonald's.
Victoria's Secret.
Burger King. So you had it. Fly the friendly skies.
What is
Could
it?
be like
Who is it?
Spirit
That's United.
I sent a video,
But that's an old one.
I sent a video to you that was like a waking nightmare.
Oh, God. We should talk about that. Let's talk about that when we're done with Barbara.
Sorry, we got another one.
I have a couple.
Give him out. Give him out. Cole's got the next one for sure.
Because you're worth it.
There it is.
L'Oreal.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, told you.
Is it in you?
Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Trojan. No, Trojan.
That would be Gatorade.
Oh, I remember
Gatorade,
that.
Gatorade should partner with Victoria's Secret.
Is it in
They
you? Trojan.
Let's see. Everywhere you want to be.
That's Full House.
What?
You want to be.
It's a MasterCard.
It's Visa.
Visa, damn
Close,
it.
though. Nothing runs like a deer.
John Deere.
I thought you might-
Big lots.
The ultimate driving machine.
BMW.
How do you know these? Jeez.
Because I'm old, and like a lot of these are older.
Let's see. What one? Impossible is nothing.
Tom Cruise.
I don't know.
Adidas.
Oh.
Adidas.
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 Go further.
Victoria's Secret.
Go further. I feel like I know that one. Shit. No, I don't know.
Ford. And then I'll do one more.
I just remember Ford is the best in Texas.
Yeah.
They go,
Ford is the best in Texas.
Challenge everything.
Victoria's Secret.
Shakira.
Pokemon.
Electronic arts.
Oh, that's an old one. That's an old
Challenge
one.
Challenge everything. Last one. We try harder.
That one, don't even.
Avis.
No one cares. No one cares.
Was that?
No
I
one
think
cares
that
that
might
you're
have
trying harder, Avis. No one cares.
car rental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember before Uber when people had to do that?
Oh, and it was exciting to turn 25.
Yeah. Finally rent a car.
I was so excited, but then I was like, I can just Uber.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. That's fun.
Like a trip down memory lane. This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Stamps.com. Look, the post office is great. It's the backbone of society, basically, but that doesn't mean I want to spend all of my time there. That's why when I'm mailing and shipping anything, I do it online at Stamps.com. Stamps.com has really made the world of mailing even easier, so I can get back to the fun stuff I want to do. I've been talking about them forever, but they're really that good. You can just print all your stamps, print all your postage at home, then don't worry about it. Saves tons of time. Stamps.com brings all the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. It's a must-have for any business because they can handle it all. Just use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. Plus, get discounts up to 40% off post office and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates. So stop wasting time going to the post office. Go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk. With our promo code Rooster, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in Rooster. That's Stamps.com, promo code Rooster. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again. John sent me a video the other day. I didn't believe it was real at first. I had to look it up and
Did you confirm it?
yeah, and confirm it. It's it's audio only, but it's air traffic control dialogue with a student pilot who's out on his first lesson and his instructor passes out.
And he's in the sky.
He's in the sky and he's calling the tower I have an emergency.
On his first lesson.
You hear the tower's do you have any experience flying a plane? He's this is my first lesson.
And he was talking about how he was trying to get the instructor to wake up or stay awake, but he said he's leaning on my shoulder right
What
now.
ended up happening to him?
He landed, actually.
But what happened to the instructor?
They didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They said that he went to the hospital and he was in stable condition.
Jeez. I'm glad.
But yeah, the audio is really cut down. I read up on the story. It said that the air traffic controller talked with him for an hour, having him circle and practice.
Yeah.
And then finally they were like, all right, try it.
So, at that point, have you been doing enough practice on the ground that you have the tools
So
to land?
the backstory was that he had done 2 ground lessons before.
But it's still not enough.
No. In taking my lessons, I felt like I was kind of dumb and slow, and landing's the last thing that I think I got good at. It took me about 80 tries before I could do it consistently well.
And that's in ground
No,
lessons?
in the air, actually doing it.
Going up, then coming down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because even at one point he still has a sense of humor and has a presence of mind to say if they think I'm going to pay for this lesson, they're crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
That's like copium. You're just I just need to get this joke out because otherwise I'm going to freak it. Oh my
the
god.
only way to cope at that point.
Yeah.
I guess it happened in Perth a couple of years ago.
And they just guided him through the landing or something?
Yeah, and then you can hear the air traffic controller when he's coming into land. The air traffic controller's less power, nose up. Okay, good. Nose up. Okay, less
You're doing
power.
fine, kid. You're doing fine. Keep it steady. So normally whenever you're learning to fly, is it learning to drive in a car? Do they have a brake pedal on their side?
They have all the exact same controllers are
Yeah.
mirrored.
Okay.
So they can do everything you can do from
Theirs
the other
takes
side.
priority.
No, they both. So if you move yours,
Yeah.
theirs moves also.
Yeah.
Or if they move, then
So
yours
it's a test
moves
of
too.
strength.
So it's
Yeah.
they're linked together, the
Got it.
rudders and
Would theirs
the-
overpower you though? If they went to the left and you were trying to go to the right.
It's like all
No.
connected.
It's a
Yeah,
test
it's
of strength.
it's connected.
I was gonna say, yeah, like
Yeah.
what if your student goes crazy and it's like, I want to go this way.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I want to go to Sydney.
make him pass out.
I don't know.
We have McDonald's back at home.
It's a bridge.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Oh, that's the next innovation. A bridge you can land on.
Get your
What if
McDonald's.
there's a McDonald's aircraft carrier?
Oh, the USS Ronald?
Yeah.
That'll be in the future.
You talked about it on the post show last week, though, but you flew and landed by yourself
By my-
for the
yeah.
first time.
Yeah, the instructor like got out. He like we landed in Lockhart, and then he was like,
Mid-flight, he got out.
yeah. We landed in Lockhart. He's like, go ahead and get off the runway. And he's like, he opened the door. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get out. Go do it. It's like,
He's like,
okay,
I gotta pick up some barbecue.
I'll be right back. Just tell him I'm with you.
I gotta pee.
That's one of my fears is that I'm gonna need to
A
pee.
bumper, so he had to take it all the way off. And
yeah. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's even worse than a plane.
Imagining that scene from The Simpsons where it's Marge and her mother on the road and the plane flies
Oh,
over them
yeah.
and go, ah! And I imagine that being you over your instructor.
I love that. I love that
Yeah,
montage of her with all of her her airplane fears.
Yeah. Let me off, let me off, let me off, let me off. We just watched that episode.
I've been rewatching The Simpsons as well. I'm on season 2 currently because it's all like on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So it's like in the mornings when I'm like taking a shower and getting ready, I'll just put it on and have it on and rewatch it. So I rewatched all of season 1, which I almost never do, and I'm on season 2 now.
Of Simpsons?
How many seasons? 20 something?
No, God,
30
they're
something?
on 32 at this
I'm gonna
point.
say that's too many Simpsons.
It's a lot of Simpsons.
That's too many.
It's been going for a long time. 33
What's the
years.
most recent episode you've seen?
I saw one from this past November. It was a weird episode. Though. It was a 2-part episode. I saw both. That was like a parody of the TV show Fargo. And I thought the episode was actually really good. Like the whole premise is that Ned Flanders finds like a bag full of money, and then like criminals are out to get him.
There's got to be somebody on their staff. Maybe it depends on how they've done animation for it. But there's got to be somebody there who's animated Simpsons the longest, and they have got to be so fucking tired of drawing those yellow people.
But they ain't tired of cashing in that paycheck,
Sure,
baby.
Yeah.
sure, totally.
It's funny looking at like key art for shows like that. Like for some reason I don't know why Instagram suggested this like King of the Hill art page where it's like you see like the drawings, like this is how you draw like just the heads, like all the different expressions of each different character, like and then like don't draw it like this.
Yeah.
you know this not like this. You know, like measurements, like this is how their face should be in proportion all the time.
I think like the entire archive of King of the Hill is still down at San Marcos, Texas State University.
Oh, did they have it
At
there?
the top of their library, they have like you could go and like look at the like all the storyboards and everything for King of the Hill. They have like a museum for it.
I didn't know that.
I still haven't seen a single episode of that show.
Oh, that's
you
a
would
great show.
love it.
I feel like I would get it. When I tried to watch it one time when I lived back in Canada, I was like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
But now that I've lived in Texas for 10 years,
You get it.
I think I might
Yeah.
get it.
I never liked to watch it, and it was completely born out of the look of them bothered me.
Oh, growing up, I like hated it because it was like ugly. They're
Like the
all
little,
ugly.
Yeah.
what's the son's name?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby
I'm okay, Dad.
bothers me, and then he even sounds like that. And I'm
That's my
like,
purse. I don't know you.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to watch like a show where you're just uncomfortable with
Yeah.
like the characters being, I guess like Always Sunny, all the characters are shitheads. So it's like,
Yeah, but like
yeah, it's hard to generalize.
it's even more. I feel like with the animation, it gets even more kind of uncanny
yeah,
because like they're.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's
yeah.
like Uncanny Valley with those.
it's like
characters.
Beavis and Butthead. It's like
Yes, when that's
bothering.
Mike Judge.
It's
Mike
bothering.
Judge did Beavis and Butthead. Then Mike Judge did.
Ren and
Well, I don't
Stimpy.
like Mike Judge's art style. Then apparently,
And then he did Idiocracy, the movie,
oh, he did the movie,
And
the
Office
live
Space?
action
in Office
film.
Space.
It's like I don't. Those
And
movies like The Fantastic
Silicon
Mr.
Valley?
Fox
Yeah,
and that
he
kind
was
of
involved,
art
yeah.
style and animation style makes me feel unsettled.
really.
That's
Yeah.
like what I hate about
I love
That
Fantastic
like
Mr.
kind of
Fox.
weird stop motion, like
which one?
like
Fantastic Mr.
Fantastic
Fox.
Mr.
of,
Fox.
Wes
Oh, that's the
Anderson.
stop motion. Yeah.
Yeah, Wes Anderson. Yeah, it just makes me.
Did you see
uncomfortable.
I Love Dogs?
No.
That was also like similar style.
Yeah.
Have you watched
But
any of? Is it
Leica. Do you like Coraline or
Paranorman?
really? Oh,
Haven't seen any of that stuff.
Those we were
Well, I
talking. We were talking about our opinions on recent Disney things, but Leica, I love
Leica
All
is like a crazy company because they never make any money on any movies they make.
No, I don't
But
know
it's-
how.
Don't know if
It's
I've ever
I don't know how
the
they keep making movies.
because I think the owner, like the president of Leica, is the son of the guy who owns Nike.
It's insane. Even their last
money? He's got a little
one,
money,
I
right?
think I had a little bit of money. Just do it, money.
even their last one they did, Missing Link. The marketing was terrible. It looked like it was gonna be horrible. I totally didn't want to see it. And then when it finally came out on video, I watched it. It's a delight. It's a delight. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. My kids want to watch Coraline all the
I
time.
haven't seen Coraline. I feel like I would like that movie though. And the thing is that like I'm not saying Fantastic Mr. Fox was a bad movie. I've only seen a part of it. It's just that art style and animation style that just feels like a nightmare to me. I
It's
don't know if
creepy or
like, just like I don't know.
Do you like Wes Anderson's live action stuff?
Yeah.
Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest or
I really liked
or
Grand Budapest, yeah.
Moonrise.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't really seen a ton of Wes Anderson
French
stuff.
Dispatch, latest one.
It was all downhill after Life Aquatic.
I don't know. They're just
Incorrect.
Oh, absolutely
Incorrect.
true. Absolutely
Grand
true. He
Budapest-
became a
Grand
caricature
Budapest
of
is a
himself.
masterpiece.
After Rushmore,
Grand
absolute
Budapest
masterpiece.
is a masterpiece.
Royal Tenenbaums, good movie. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, all right. Then after that,
I liked Grand Budapest a lot.
Darjeeling Limited?
all absolute. He just became an absolute caricature of himself, where it was like looking at himself
how did
through
you
a
just pronounce
lens.
that word?
Caricature?
Caricature?
Caricature.
Caricature? Caricature.
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 It's like character, but
He
character.
became a parody of himself,
Caricature?
No, that's
where it's like, we're going to film a movie in 4:3, and we're going to fill the frame with pastel colors.
I agree. He found the dial that was the Wes Anderson dial, and he turned
He turned it up to 11.
And French Dispatch is his most Wes Anderson film. I'll agree with that. But I enjoy it, and I think Grand Budapest is actually a fantastic film.
I think I just don't like I don't like watching a lot of movies that have this like dingy, kind of dark, almost like dirty feel to them.
Interesting.
Like the whole time. I don't know why. It just makes me feel
And
unsettled.
what movie are you referring to that?
I can't think exactly of like one in particular, but it's just this kind of like art style,
is it
Where
animated or live action?
live action or animated.
Like a Sweeney Todd type.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like dark and
I had to be in the right mood for that kind
I
of
just
movie.
like that was the movie you picked.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I just don't like things that are like, I don't know, dark throughout. I like stuff,
I get that. Like a movie.
I like to feel happy.
like dark or like heavy movies. I have to be like in a mood for.
Yeah.
It's like okay, I'll watch it and I'll think it's good, but times is tough already. I want to escapism, please.
That's actually like I think a little bit of the gripe I have with kind of the landscape of cinema right now, and I'm 100%. This is just my opinion. Is that I think most comedies now are pretty terribly made movies, majority wise. I just don't feel like I really go crazy about a lot of comedies now. There's gems. There's gems.
I have a theory on
Uncut
that.
gems?
I have a
but
theory.
the most like
Hated them.
well crafted and beautiful and well written movies are quite often very serious.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Dour. And so then you're like, well, I really want to watch something that's amazing and well made. But I agree with you. It's like, but I'm sad. And I don't
still-
want to be anymore.
To this day, there was years ago where that movie Precious was like, I think it won an Oscar and everything.
That's a
like, multiple
rough
Oscars.
movie to watch.
But I kept being like, I really want to see this movie. I know it's going to be really good, but I know I'm going to be absolutely devastated and depressed watching this. And I just have still to this day never been like, I'm ready to watch this now.
No, you
Yeah.
don't need to.
Because I've
No,
never
it's-
been in
yeah.
the
ones
mood for
ones
it.
for me are like Hereditary or
I was
I
just saying
can't.
A24. A24 is a great
yes.
example.
Where it's like I know you make good movies. I just don't want to watch them.
Hereditary is great.
Speaking of A24, have any of you seen Lamb?
Yes.
I've seen the trailer for it.
Did not like it.
That is the most A24 movie ever.
Yeah.
How many heads are chopped off?
That's where they have like a half lamb, half human.
Does a sheep's
child?
head count?
Yeah. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
None.
It can't be okay. Whoa!
At one
Are you
point-
sure this is A24?
the first time that like somebody sees the thing,
Yeah.
uh,
The thing.
he's
In
like
Lamb?
a little shocked, and it's, in Lamb.
Yeah.
And then one of the characters like, "There's no need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about it." It's like, yeah, I think we
It's-
should.
it's
I
a-
really think
Kind of
that a conversation's warranted
Yeah.
right here.
But the thing that like often for A24 of what you get into is that okay, I'm going to invest into this slow burn. There's going to be a payoff at some point. It's going to build something. It's going to have a resolution at the end. Even Midsummer did that. Lamb does it.
Lamb at the end. You're
Lamb
like, what?
essentially is the film version of like you watching a whole movie, and then the filmmakers come out and go, they slap you, and they say it's over, and you walk out the
Yeah,
theater.
there's like the final shot is of like one of the characters standing on a hill, and then it like fades to black, and it's like directed by like, what? That's it?
It's so disappointing. I saw that by myself, and I was just like,
Oh no.
well, I wasted a couple hours there, didn't I?
I'm glad I saw it, but at the end it was just like, what did I just watch?
So I just saw in chat somebody mentioned Knives Out,
Yes.
which
love that movie.
I think is a very good comedy.
Yes.
Now, okay, my theory with comedies,
Dark comedy.
dark comedy, is the reason writing's so bad is because of like Judd Apatow movies, where it all became, hey, let's just all improv.
Yeah.
Let's like not
Yeah.
have a real script. We'll all go out there. And those early movies had people who were really good at improv.
Well, it was people in movies that were good at improv, and it wasn't overdone
Yes.
in the entire cinema landscape. But then when all the movies did that, it was like, I'm write something.
Now it's a bunch of people go, hey, me and my friend just want to sit in a room.
I think also a lot of it might be that traditionally comedies don't garner awards or critic attention. So I think a lot of so they don't get as much money invested in them as
Sure,
a
yeah.
result of it.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
think studios want to invest more on stuff that's going to give them more prestige
But I disagree
films.
because A24 films cost nothing.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that too, though. Like just make super cheap films and just like look at Blumhouse.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
the
make a
same
movie
formula.
where it's just a video camera pointed at that bucket with the dripping water, and that's an hour and a half.
That's just a
You're getting into
student
some
film.
slow cinema.
Oscar.
Oh my God.
student
We have
film right there.
we have an editor in
change the
animation,
angles.
Richard. He loves slow cinema. And it's just like,
Can't do it,
I can't sit through it.
especially if it's a long movie.
I
too.
can for some films. It depends on the movie. But there's some where I love a good slow burn.
I like a slow burn, but not slow cinema, where it's just like, the first 30 minutes of this movie is going to be this guy walking across a field.
Yeah.
That's Lamb. Remember the beginning of Lamb?
Yes, yeah, actually, yeah. I think that might have been one of the movies. There's like, it's a bad sign in a movie when I'm in the theater and I look at my watch to see how long it's been since like something happened, since
think
something
that-
interesting happened. And one of the first time I did it was the Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh, God.
When they finally became the Fantastic Four, I was like, hold on. It was like, it is 50 minutes into a Fantastic
Jeez.
Four film, and they just now got their powers.
I didn't realize it took that long.
It did, because I was on a plane and I was watching that movie.
Okay, so that's bad if like you're on a plane and you're like, how long is this? Like, That was Kong on Skull Island.
Kong Skull, no,
Kong Skull Island had some redeeming.
I like the beginning.
Peter Jackson one was the one where it was like
That one's slow.
was like 2 hours in and they still hadn't
But
gotten
no,
to it.
Kong on Skull Island, I was like, and that's why I haven't watched any of like the new Jurassic Park or not Godzilla series, because it's all kind of based in that same.
The first of the
Yeah.
reboot of Godzilla is a bit of a
Was that
slow
King
burn.
of Monsters? No, that was the
No,
first
just Godzilla.
Godzilla,
Yeah,
but that was part of the same Kong Skull Island universe.
I think-
And the beginning of Kong on Skull Island fucking rules, where it's the Japanese American soldier land on Skull Island, and they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
at
they
each other's
fight,
throats,
yeah.
and they're like, oh crap, there's bigger creatures here. Let's team up.
I feel like it's a good payoff though when he finally comes out and he totally smashes them with all those trees.
I couldn't get to that part because
fine, yeah,
I was
it's-
on a plane and I was just like, this is so boring. I need to try. I don't care about you, Tom Hiddleston.
I will
Switch
not
the movie.
I will not
I changed it.
defend Skull Island. Yeah,
I turned
I
to
thought Skull Island was fine. It's
Yeah,
not
it's fine, it's
great.
fine.
It's fine.
the perfect airplane movie, Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, it's so good for an
I
airplane.
love
Because that movie
Rich
goes
Asians is an airplane
fast,
movie.
and it's like there's a lot of stuff happening at every point in time, and it's just like not necessarily the best movie in the world, but it'll keep you distracted.
and it takes place on a plane for a part of it,
It does.
and they have sex on the plane.
I will say, I think the movie that does slow cinema the best, or at least like a scene, is Inglourious Bastards. That opening scene with the
Oh,
milk
yeah.
and the
Well, that's 'cause-
daughters and everything.
That's because you can just put a camera on Christoph Waltz and
Oh,
he will chew the scene, and we'll
1000%.
all just go, "Yes, please."
But that whole scene is just like you are just so tense the whole time because
love
it's
him.
so well done.
Au revoir,
Shoshana.
I just never mind. I finally saw No Time to Die this past weekend.
It's a good movie.
No,
It's a good movie.
it's not. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
I loved it.
That's another movie where I was like,
it was like in a bowl.
oh
and I ate
my
it the whole
god,
time.
how long is this movie?
I was loving it. I was loving
the
it.
new
little
James
long.
Bond.
There's a couple of great like set pieces and scenes, but the beginning is slow. The
Yeah,
middle
I'll agree.
is slow.
I've only seen one James Bond movie.
Really?
I've seen Skyfall.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one. Apparently, it's very reference heavy
Yeah.
It was
Culture's thing.
like the anniversary.
Yeah.
It was right around the they were. It was like retrospective.
But that's a really well shot movie, and I think that's the one that has the Adele song. So it's got like I think it's like
got one of the
it's
best.
it's
Yeah.
like one of the best Bond themes.
And this
as well.
newest one had a Billie Eilish song,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
God, she's so
But
good.
she just like the whole song. Billie Eilish is fine, but that song she like whisper sings the whole time.
Yeah.
Which I think is like kind of
She also did
annoying.
No, she does.
Previous movies. Who did the previous James Bond song?
Well, it's different ones every time.
Was Spectre?
Yeah.
who did
Sam Smith.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sam Smith was Spectre. Then before that was Skyfall, which was Adele.
John McCarthy did one, right?
For some reason I thought she did
What's
too.
his name? Why? Just because I just watched them all through with my girlfriend because she'd not seen them.
I also love
Casino Royale is yeah, it's like a grunge singer dude. I can't remember his name.
I love Billie Eilish's whisper voice for what it's worth. I think she ate that song. So good.
She ate it.
She
Casino
ate it.
Royale. Chris Cornell.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh shit! Have you been slacking me, Eric? I'm sorry.
What's he saying?
I'm 100. Oh, I'm very right about Wes Anderson. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Chris Cornell. He was saying that. Yeah. Thank you. This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Purple. Stop falling for all those gimmicks that promise great sleep. I don't care how heavy a blanket is or how thick a mattress pad is. If your mattress sucks, so does your sleep. Simple. It's math. Check it out. That's why I recommend sleeping on a Purple mattress. That's because only Purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid, a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points and doesn't retain heat. That means you're cool all night, your back and legs are supported, and your shoulders, neck, and hips are all cushioned. The Gel Flex Grid also bounces back as you move and shift, so you don't feel stuck like you can with memory foam. I love my Purple mattress. Gel Flex technology is like magic, keeping me cool, especially during those hot nights. Wouldn't have it any other way. Getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a Purple mattress. Go to purple.com/teeth10. Use code teeth10. For a limited time, you can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/teeth10, code teeth10. That's teeth and the number 1 and the number 0. For 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/teeth10, promo code teeth10. Terms apply.
I feel like we should shift off of movies because I think people complained last time also that I make it all about movies when I'm on.
Has
But
anyone
here's the
does
thing.
anyone else watch Ozark on
No.
Netflix?
I tried, and it was one of those movies that not
What's the
movies,
series?
TV series that I was like, this is good. It's not grabbing me, so and I just have a hard attention span when it comes to getting into new shows, and so I just haven't been able to get into it.
So I think Ozark's phenomenal. I think like out of my circle, out of the people I know, I feel like nobody watches it.
I think Jeff does.
I recommended it to him a couple weeks ago. Did he finally start watching it?
I don't know because I thought that Trevor mentioned that Jeff was watching Ozark.
I need to follow up with him and find
Yeah.
out. But season 3 came out just at the beginning of the pandemic, like February 2020, and season 4 part 1 just came out like last week or the week before. And that show is really good. Like I think one of the best shows of all time is Breaking Bad. And
Yeah, that's what everybody compares
Yeah,
it to.
while Ozark is its own thing and not like Breaking Bad, it's difficult to not make comparisons because it's similar where it's like this straight-laced guy is laundering money for the Mexican drug cartel and like his whole family kind of gets involved. I think one of the weaker parts of Breaking Bad is Skyler's character. And I think it's just because she's not written very well. And I think she comes across lots of time in Breaking Bad as annoying and whiny.
She's like the villain a lot,
Right.
which
But in Ozark,
should not be the case.
Yeah.
the guy's wife, her name's Wendy Bird. Her character's name is Wendy Bird, is like an active participant in what's going on.
Oh.
And so she's like fully invested. Like, yes, we're gonna
from
do
the
the
start?
crime. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do crimes, and we're gonna be all in. And like, if she has a really great growth arc, and it's like, thank you. Like, this is what I wish this is what Skyler could have been, where it's like she is, forefront, and it's not like, oh, she's on camera, oh, she's doing something. It's like, oh no, she is driving plot, and she is making decisions that not necessarily go along with what her husband would think.
Right.
And it's like there's conflict at times where it's like we want to run our crime business this way.
But
Both are-
Skyler helped with the money laundering.
yeah, she kind of like helps with the
With
car wash stuff. Yeah.
They
guess
did that,
it's
but then they kind of like sometimes leaned into it, sometimes backed off. It
Yeah,
was,
sometimes had her be more like forceful in things. and other
yeah,
times,
because what you're saying, it sounds like they're both active participant. Like in any conflict, they're both active.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily looking at things the same way. So
Yeah.
like, he may want to, pursue crime this way. She wants to pursue crime this way. It's like, so it creates conflict between the two of them as well.
Because Skylar was always really reactive.
Yeah.
She was always like, "Oh, Walt did something. Here's my response to it."
That's because he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's really good. So I season 4 is going to be the last season. So they just released part 1. I think part 2 is coming out like in a couple of months.
Gotcha.
So it's like it's a good time to watch it all and get caught up. Like I rewatched season 3 leading up to the season 4 when it came out the other week, and I was like, from watching it again immediately, I was just instantly drawn back in. Like, oh right, this show. Like, there's not a wasted scene. Every single scene is like, this is riveting. This is fucking amazing. This is so good.
I feel like I've heard such polarizing opinions on Ozark.
So good.
I've only heard mostly good things, but I imagine there are people who don't like it.
But just not to talk about movies and TV shows this entire podcast, but I have been meaning to ask you guys if any of you have seen Only Murders in the Building.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Watched the first episode.
Okay.
Of course.
So good.
Trevor and I are watching that right now.
I
think
worship
we're
at
on
the altar of Steve Martin and Martin Short. Okay.
Might be the
Steve
best
Martin
thing
Short.
that came out in 2021.
It is very
So
good.
good.
Yeah.
I
We're
will
on, like midway through the first season.
I
if
can
there's
forever ever thrive fully satiated on just the emotive gasping sounds of Martin Short when he's like falling or something off a couch or exasperated about something, just but the Martin Short one, or Steve Martin doing physical comedy.
Yeah.
Steve Martin doing physical comedy, just inject that into my skin.
In the final episode, there's this scene where Steve Martin gives a very impassioned speech.
Okay.
Don't spoil.
I'm just saying, like that's
He
my
gives a
favorite.
speech.
That's might be my
That
favorite
moment.
moment in the entire series. Just like he just like commits to it and does so well.
Copy that. I will look forward to that.
It's so good.
So Selena Gomez, she was a singer first, right?
Well,
She was like a Disney. Yeah.
Disney girl.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I don't know if it's just like the way they wrote her character or like the choices she was making with, the acting for the character. It just feels very off. Like the way she talks is kind of like this, and it's just like doesn't have a lot of facial expression, and it's kind of like she talks kind of like with her teeth clenched a lot.
Maybe she seems a bit more subdued next to like the very caricature way of acting of
Maybe.
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Maybe.
gotta see
The
like
very what way?
I said caricature. I said it correctly. I didn't say caricature.
I'm learning.
also is like that.
Prestidigitation.
The most in the first
Prestidigitation.
episode is that more in her character is like a more subdued.
It might be. She's supposed to be kind of like chill.
Have you only watched one episode?
No, we've watched 6.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
No,
we're going through.
I
There's-
love it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
great.
Those two men.
it might be intentional for the character. I feel like she
Okay.
has a lot of walls built up.
Yeah. That's what
like
I figured.
she's
I
very
just-
private as well. Like from what you've seen at this point too, she's like not very forthcoming with information. Like even in the first episode, she's always got like headphones on and she's trying to like keep the world at arm's
Yeah.
length.
No, that's a good point. I just like
mean,
I wasn't sure if like
With those two on it, it seems like she's playing like the straight man to them.
almost
so-
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
I guess he like direction would be like keep it more like,
Chill.
subdued. Yeah.
Yeah, that show is absolutely amazing.
One of my
It's so
favorite-
good. I didn't want to watch it. I'm not a big Steve Martin Short fan. I feel like it's too over the top most of the time. But I felt like they reeled it in just enough. And I mean, they play those characters so well.
But their comment on how millennials don't like to talk on the phone, and they're just like, I think they're scared of it for some reason.
I love how the way Steve Martin texts in that
Yeah,
show.
where
How they
just-
sign their name.
Yeah, they sign their name.
names.
It's like,
So
I
good.
know it's you.
It's so good.
That's one of the things where I'm just like I'm thankful my parents are very like with technology
yeah,
and
mine,
stuff
mine
like
as
that.
well. Mine as well.
But I know a lot of people's parents or grandparents that sign. It's like, yes, I know this message is from you. It's in our message. It's
It's still
very
weird
sweet.
at this point to get emojis from my parents. I don't know why it's weird. But I'm sure like it's the same thing as like because when I talk to my kids, I still text in like mostly complete sentences and they're very much like
Shorthand.
shorthand
Yeah.
and they type very silly.
I've been trying to train myself off of stopping to use a period at the end of my texts.
Don't use a period because
Yeah.
I
Why
because I use punctuation at the end.
Does
of
Does
all
it
of
seem
yeah.
too?
People say it seems aggressive.
Aggressive, yeah, because it's like if you're just saying like texting, it's like, well, hey, yeah, but then if it's a period, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I always
Like,
use,
okay,
I will
great.
never stop using periods. I will never stop using correct English and grammar. Gus, angry, Gus, mad.
And I will never, as a woman, stop using exclamation points at the end of all of my sentences to make sure people know I'm not being
think it's-
passive aggressive.
Comparatively, it's whenever somebody texts you with ellipses.
Oh,
Like-
interesting.
Well, ellipses means I'm
I think it depends on the context
Yeah.
there.
I have a
But
hard.
if it's like, what are you doing? ...
Oh yeah,
What are you
it's
doing?
totally like I need your
Yeah.
answer now.
Yeah, or like,
Or okay.
or I'm
okay. ...
gonna go get dinner. ...
That's why I say okie dokie.
Okie dokie. ...
No, I just say okie dokie.
Do you use a period?
No, not for okie dokie.
You're hip. What's
Not
up?
for okie dokie.
No cap.
See, I do the thing where
I don't know what no cap means, so don't explain it to me. But
You should. You're on TikTok.
I have a hard. I'm not. I produce TikTok. I have a hard time writing emails and not like addressing the person at the top, like dear so and so, like 'cause I want to write like a letter. I want to write like a letter.
It's also, I think, just a courtesy thing.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, I do every time.
You don't write dear.
No, I don't. I either just write the person's
Depends.
name or go,
Yeah.
hey, something.
Yeah.
Depends
Hey, Gus.
who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I literally, and also, like, they tell you not to do that whole, like, address the person, like, either dear so-and-so or to so-and-so, and then enter new line. Like, don't do that.
They just
Why?
go straight into it.
I don't know. I'm just told that's not what you're supposed to do.
I think there's a middle ground. I think some people are a little too blunt in their communication where it feels very like, am I in trouble kind of thing. But there's also some people that put way too much information. Like,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
get to the point.
The
of
thing
what
I
you
hate the
need.
most, the absolute thing I hate the most in the
me.
entire world is when somebody goes, hey,
I hate that.
Or, hey,
Or,
can
are
I
you
ask you a
there?
question?
are you there?
Can I ask you a question? I'm like, you just did.
Yeah.
You get
You can
one
ask
and
me
you
a
already used
second.
it.
I've gotten mad at people that we work with here who slack me. Are you there? It's like I will intentionally not respond.
Nope.
You should just respond with, you could look at my calendar to see if I
Or it's
should
like
be.
the whole premise, and this is what I tell them, is this is time shifted communication. You send your message, then when I have the time, I read it and I reply.
Yeah.
You might not be available, but you'll get it. Like we're not blocking time off on the calendar, right? We don't need a real time. If you want a real time communication, schedule it.
Yeah.
Don't use a time shifted communication to try to do real time communication.
Unless
There's
it's like-
different avenues and different platforms for this.
The only thing I could see it being somewhat understandable is if it's like a very time sensitive thing, like if someone needs something.
But then
from
call.
you.
Then be like, yeah, can I call you?
Someone in chat said John sounded kind of old right now. Guys, I'm 37 and I have an 11-year-old child. If that doesn't make me old at
He's
this
old.
point, I don't really know what does.
No cap.
He's here. He's here
Sup?
to make me younger. Okay.
Cole's our young boy today.
Yeah.
He's our little
Oh,
Cole.
chat's just filled with people saying, "Hey."
Hey, yeah, the
I hate it.
whys really depend on what you mean by
I'm gonna
that.
ban all of you.
Just go through and ban everybody. Yeah.
Banned.
Hey, what do you want?
Do you
What
know
are
what? Does Gus know what poggers means?
Poggers? It's like, great. Play the game. Poggers.
Yeah.
Poggers. Have you seen that Chuck
Yeah.
E. Cheese do that?
Yeah.
You ever seen Charles Entertainment Cheese turn at the camera and look and go?
Entertainment
He's like
Cheese.
playing a game. He's playing Fall Guys. It's like a little puppet. He goes, "Poggers."
He's a puppet?
Well, if for on Twitch he was.
Really?
Yeah, and I know for a fact that Charles Entertainment Cheese has never pogged a day in his life.
Whoa, that's some fighting words.
Yeah, I'll take him on. I'll take him down.
There's a new.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Is that music gonna be okay?
Why do I know that?
That's it. That's the sound. I
There's
hate it. I
there's
hate
a
it so much.
there's a new Fraggle Rock show. Speaking of puppets,
That,
Is that
show
out?
scared
Yeah.
the crap out of me as a kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to
Why?
watch
I would have nightmares of the things that ate the Fraggles.
it's literally a show about the
Wampums or whatever.
No,
like-
it's not what they're called.
What were they
Pickled-
called?
pickled turnigans?
The little
You
guys
You
were
keep saying words, and now my brain
the
can't think
little
of
guys were doozers.
The doozers
The
are the guy.
Fraggles are the
Doozers were chill as fuck.
Outer space
I love-
for
I love
humans.
the Doozers.
And the big old trolls.
Frumpkins.
Frumpkins?
are
No,
very
I don't know.
unusual.
That's not right.
I'm looking it up.
They I had nightmare after nightmare of them coming into my room and yanking me into the forest.
Gorgs.
Gorgs. It's literally a show about world peace.
Not for the Gorgs.
But the new one's on Apple TV, and it's very good. It's very good.
Bring
And
a lot of kids shows back on these streaming platforms because like Rugrats is back on Paramount, I think.
new
I know
episodes.
that
Yeah.
doesn't
Wow.
HBO Max have Dexter's Lab?
Does it?
I
I
don't.
think
New
so.
episodes?
No. It's
Okay.
like the old school stuff.
I
I think it
love
also
Dexter's
might have
Lab.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck did get redone.
Darkwing will be Disney Plus.
Okay. I think HBO Max though
Darkwing-
has Dexter's Lab because I watched a couple.
Disney has gargoyles,
Not new ones.
but the old ones.
I know.
Yeah.
but we're talking about new.
Well, she was saying Dexter's
I'm
Rule.
bringing up some old stuff.
Oh, I thought you were saying there was new Dexter.
No.
Oh,
There's
no, I was
new
saying
Dexter the serial killer.
There's new Dexter the serial killer, and there's new Fraggle Rock, like
Yeah.
new.
Classic original Dexter's Laboratory is on HBO.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not new.
Excellent.
Not new Dexter the Kid.
No, there's new Fraggle Rock, and it wasn't the original song either. They made a new theme song.
Is it the same tune?
No,
just
it's
modernized.
totally different. But it was very good.
What thing intended for childs gave you nightmares as a kid?
We talked about this the other day. We were on our shoot on location.
Yes.
We talked about a movie. What was the movie?
We talked about a movie that gave us nightmares.
We
as
were
a kid.
shooting the Vox Machina thing that we posted,
Yeah.
which everybody should go watch right now
Yes.
and
It's-
share
it's up
to
on- it's
all
up
their
on
grandmas and
TikTok.
grandpas. Smash that like button.
Ring that bell.
I was like, what movie was that?
The Brave Little Toaster.
Brave Little Toaster.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Yep. The
classic childhood movie.
Like the Crusher. And
There's
the
a lot. There's a lot in
lot.
it. There's the crusher. There's the stove or heater that kills itself.
And they did a
That's-
lot to de-demonize toasters, which I think is bad. I think
That's an
toasters
example.
are dangerous.
That's an example of a movie that kind of has this like dingy,
Yeah.
creepy,
Well, that's
like
Don Bluth, right?
dark feeling to it, which it like makes me feel
Brave Little
uneasy.
Toaster was not Don Bluth.
But I think Don Bluth movies are like what Barbara's talking about. Like a lot of those Don Bluth movies
I mean,
have
it
that
wasn't-
creepy,
I don't think it was.
dark feel.
Uneasy.
Disney.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
American Tail's very good.
American Tail,
Yeah.
Miss
Secret of
Frisbee and the
Nim.
Rats of Nim.
Secret of Nim.
No, it wasn't the. Is the which one? The book and the movie are
movie
two
is
different things.
The movie's The Secret of Nim.
Secret-
Okay.
I remember why we started talking about that now because Chris was late to the shoot we were doing, and
Chris
so, like,
was an hour
Oh, because
late.
I was
we
watching
kept listening. Like we would hear cars going by, and it's like, Chris,
The
is that Chris?
Master.
Is that Chris? And it's like that scene in Brave Little Toaster where they
Jerry's,
keep waiting for
not-
the master to come
yeah.
back. The master,
God.
which is such a creepy term for what?
But they sued him, the Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah, I guess
and it's anthropomorphized little thingies in the house.
that's very true.
Don't you shame Brave Little Toaster for walking so Brave Beauty and the Beast could run.
Speaking of Beauty and the
Nailed
Beast,
it. Wait, no, Beauty and the Beast came out before Brave Little Toaster.
No way, not a
no,
chance.
Beauty and the Beast was like 93. Like,
1987 was Brave Little Toaster.
Oh,
Beauty and the
really?
Beast was
Yeah.
like after I was born.
When was Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Beauty and the Beast was 91.
That's not canonical.
Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, and we
Did
were
Elon Musk send her to Mars?
talking about like movies, there's a new animated film by the guy who did Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, Digimon movie, Summer Wars.
I did
It's
not
called-
like Boy and the Beast.
I wasn't as hot
It
on it
was
either.
quite boring.
I wasn't as hot on it either.
But the Digimon
but-
movie slaps.
So this is.
Did I say that right?
You did. You
Okay.
did. It's
Very good on that one, yeah.
it's PogChamp. So Belle just came out, and that
BELL?
Oh yeah,
BELLE.
it's a Beauty and the Beast movie.
it's got some threads in there, but it starts off kind of really playing into the relation, like being online, and you can be different online than you are in real life, and like because it's like you sign into this computer, and it's like you put in these headphones, and it completely puts you into the machine, and you're in the digital world.
so Ready Player One.
Yeah.
This looks cool as fuck, dude.
It slaps. It's so fucking good. I had the worst movie going experience I think I've ever had in my entire life seeing that movie.
What happened?
Just the audience, like it was a special, like the movie came out on Thursday. We went on like a Wednesday night special premiere, and just I was like, okay, that should be like a good audience. It wasn't at a draft house, which I normally never have a problem not at a draft house, but just the people behind me were like, one girl every serious moment started laughing.
No.
Cool.
And then the climax of the movie, there's this like, super emotional event happening that's like really heavy. She starts laughing, and then this guy on the other side of the theater starts laughing.
You know, there's actually a law that allows you to throw rocks at them at that point.
Good. I need to start bringing pocket rocks to the theater.
Pocket rock.
And then to like make that part even worse, like there must have been like the guy laughing must have been like on a date or something, like a first or second date, because immediately you hear like his mortified partner, whoever he's
Yeah.
there with, is like, "What are you doing?"
Oh.
And he just goes, "Japanese people are weird."
oh my god.
In a room full of anime, I'm just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
To say that, period.
Yeah.
Is just
Yeah,
shouldn't say that.
privately, let alone publicly in a theater.
yeah.
Wow.
and
Not
then-
cool.
and
You
then-
think they had another date?
No, because she stormed out of the theater and he went to the bathroom with his motorcycle helmet by himself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I need to know more about this.
But and then people were just like looking at their phones and like watches going off. A guy, I will say, I appreciate this. A guy like 2 seats over from me like got a popcorn kernel stuck or something and started coughing.
Oh, no.
And he was like, "Oh no, people are gonna think I have COVID." So he was like coughing. He left the theater, came back, coughed a little bit, and then he just left. He like never came back.
really,
Wow.
oh,
Yeah.
now I feel bad for him.
I was like, that sucks, but you did the right thing. Like,
But you got to have some, I think, social awareness.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you're at a movie that a bunch of people paid money to see and you're coughing the whole time, like, take yourself out.
I hate when that happens in public, like with a mask on. Like if I need to sneeze or like something gets stuck in my throat and I cough, I'm like, oh shit, everyone's gonna think I'm sick. Like it's not anything bad.
I had to. Did I tell you I had to get people in trouble at Alamo when I saw Matrix?
no.
Matrix Resurrections. I actually had to do the whole like call a card, have them come and like complain about people because I was
What
done
were they
with
doing?
it. And as I have stated, I am an old man now, and I will not do with that. So
Were they just talking?
Just talk. They were talking, and then also the dude who was like 2 seats away from me was one who's wearing a very swishy jacket and he was moving constantly.
Oh, cool.
So it's just this sound constantly. And then at one point he was lying down on the lap of the person next to him. And so he's fidgeting and moving around, just doing that. And then he was like, and then he got his phone out at one point, that kind of thing. And they also kept talking. And so I went, and I'm done. And I'm at a theater that I can literally just do this. And I put it on the card and told him, like, get these fuckers
did they
out.
get it thrown out?
No, but they got talked to.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
usually they talk to them first before anything.
And that usually stops it.
Did it stop it?
It did.
Okay, good.
But I really am like someone who loves the movie theater experience, and we have Alamo, which is the ideal movie experience. But I am slowly, and thanks to COVID,
Yeah.
falling out of love with it and loving that like things like HBO Max have the movies at home, and I'm just like, I am fine watching them at home.
Did I ever tell you about the time at an Alamo Draft House, some guy whipped out a computer and started playing like a MOBA game?
It's very important.
not kidding.
It's very important. What MOBA game?
I want to say
has
it
to be
looked
League of
like
Legends.
Smite or
Has to be-
something
okay.
like
Okay.
that.
It's like it has to be League of Legends.
Wow.
Did I ever tell you that?
No, I don't think so.
I might have mentioned it on a podcast in passing.
Boss move.
But we were, it was like the premiere of something, like where they were going to have like a Q&A and stuff like that and like do all that stuff.
This wasn't even just a random
No.
screening.
And we were in like one of the first rows and he just like whips out his gaming like laptop. It's not a small
Republic
thing.
of Gamers.
Was it a pretty good
Aces.
rig?
I was just like,
3070? What's
the thing is though, is that like when the show really got started, he like packed it away and stuff like that.
So this
But
is
I'm like,
pre-show.
for like maybe 15 minutes.
That
Like-
guy-
Also, I mean, why can't you not play a game for 15 minutes?
Literally.
Weird.
That's like anime movies. You see that all the time, where it's like people be playing the gacha game that's associated with the movie, or they'll be playing like some like a visual novel.
No.
Yeah.
Like
You go to the movie theater and you focus on the movie. If you want to do that, you wait and you watch at home.
I was just flabbergasted.
is it acceptable to play Switch in a restaurant? Like you go to a
Yeah.
restaurant, you're sitting there waiting.
100%.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
we were having an argument this weekend. My roommate.
guess-
Why
it
wouldn't it be?
depends- well,
What's the argument?
I think it depends on what the restaurants do. Like, are you
I thought
out?
you were gonna say, it depends on the game.
Depends on the game. But if you're like going out for dinner with friends and someone whips out their Switch, I'd be like,
So-
excuse me.
So
But
we
you
were
can play together.
Just a date. You're on
We're
a date
out
with
to
someone.
dinner.
So
Hold on, I gotta catch these Pokemon.
me, Carrie, Melanie, and some friends went to Solju, which is this amazing Korean fried chicken place up in North Austin. Highly recommend you go. If you're not from Austin, you come here visit, or if you're in Austin,
RTX.
go visit immediately.
RTX.
And that night that we went, it was like popping. So we got there, and there was like we put our name on the list, and it was about a 2-hour wait before we got our table.
Oh, jeez.
So we were like, hey, can we just sit at the bar? Like we'll drink soju and like hang out.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. Carrie goes, I should have brought my Switch. And Molly's like, no. It was like, and we were just like, why? Like, it should be completely fine. Like, bring your Switch and just play.
Yeah.
Like, we could play like Mario Golf or something. She's like, I could never play, like, sit at a bar and play. I was like,
That was like in the commercials for
Exactly.
the Switch.
Wait. Because where was this feeling come from? Was it coming from like embarrassment or improperness or
like a social agreement, like a social, like, oh, like, you don't sit there, like, at a bar.
But you're ordering drinks and stuff.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Like,
But where's the line draw of like just pulling out your phone?
I'm 100% on the opposite end of you guys. I am with Mel 100% on this.
Yeah,
I
you're-
think if you are a grown adult out to dinner with friends, whether or not you're like at a table or at a bar, you don't whip out a thing and start playing. Like, you're with
What
people
if
there
you
to
can all
socialize.
play? I think, like he said, like the games he's saying, it was
Yeah.
like social games. So all three people could play
at a
together.
restaurant though, like I wouldn't go out to do something I could do at home and like I feel like when you're going out to a meal with people, it's to interact with those people and talk and be face to face.
And this is why I don't go out to meals with people.
I think it's different. Like usually for a phone, it's usually a quick thing, like responding to a text or whatever, and then you put it away. You're not like literally playing games on your phone the whole meal.
I'm gonna put this out there. I'd say most people when they pull out their phone, don't just pull it out for a second and put it away. They pull it out and they're scrolling through all their stuff, and that's just as much as divided attention as me trying to catch a growlithe.
Sure. But I think it's also, I would argue, to the like social expectations and like what things are socially acceptable in terms of like, no one cares if you're on your phone, but if you're holding a Switch, just like playing a game at a restaurant, that might be a little.
So you can't hold your Switch like this.
My dad with his
I
iPad.
love the Switch.
Taking a picture.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's like reading a book at us. Like,
I started playing at Mario Golf finally this past week.
I love it.
It's good.
I love that game so much. That's like,
Are you playing Arceus?
oh yeah.
Okay.
That game rules. The graphics are shit, but
It slaps.
it rules.
It's no cap.
Who was it? You mentioned it. RTX coming up this past
That was me.
Yeah.
coming up this summer.
To go to that restaurant.
Yeah, you can go and play Switch or don't play Switch
At where?
at Solju.
Soldier.
During RTX coming
Tell
up
him
this
Cole
summer.
sent ya.
We have badges on sale now, available for everyone. Early bird discount until February 14th. So if you want to get discounted badges, you got to get it now. You only have you have about 2 weeks.
You have
February
5
14th,
minutes. You have 5 minutes right now
The
to
price
get.
goes up.
It goes up
get
in
it now.
5 minutes.
Go do it.
Oh my God.
We'll be back in person.
Whenever you're watching this, it goes up in 5
no,
minutes.
we'll
We'll be
It's tomorrow,
back
it's too late,
in
right?
person here in Austin.
we're good.
So please come see us. We'd love to hang out again.
Yeah, and I will give you a Pokemon card.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
And also, I've seen a lot of people ask, if you go to rdxevent.com and go to the RTX section of the website, there's a whole health and safety guideline information page where you could go like through everything that the convention's doing, the hotels are doing, and all that stuff to keep people very safe this year. So I think I've seen a lot of people being like, where's the rules and regulations you guys are doing? RTXevent.com.
Yep.
And if
it's
you
all
scroll to the
there.
bottom of that, there's the hacked menu.
Yeah, the hacked
You get a
RTX
land,
menu.
air, and sea burger at RTX.
yeah, made by Gus.
You
The
can tell
hacked
Eric what a
menu
bridge is.
you get me, Gavin, and Katie from all the different countries. You stack us
Whoa.
on top of each other, and then that's it. And
That's the Commonwealth.
then we got to take a
The
picture. and that's it.
Commonwealth.
The
The
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth.
Yeah, a lot of calories.
Yeah.
It's funny though when you brought up the Switch thing in the restaurant because of how I think of like because of where my brain is. I was thinking of like, oh, if I go to someplace by myself, yes, I'm gonna bring a Switch and I'm gonna play my Switch out and about.
Oh, that's an interesting. I think if you're by yourself, that's different.
Yeah. But I think if like one, I was thinking the specific scenario of having to wait 2 hours
Yeah.
at a bar. I know me, that just triggers anxiety to me
Yeah.
of waiting 2 hours before the dinner even starts.
We were able to at least get drinks and appetizers there. It was a little bit of anxiety because, like, I mean, me, Carrie, and Mel talk more often just because, like,
You run out of things to talk about.
and the people who we invited that we don't see as often sat at the other end of the bar, so it's kind of like hard for us to be like, hey, like talk down the bar to them.
Yeah.
So we were kind of saving all the conversation for when we sat down because we'd also be sitting down for a while
Yeah.
to chat.
Have you guys
But-
ever been in a situation where you go out to dinner with a big group of people and like most of them you interact with a lot, but every now and then there's like people who join who you don't get to talk very often, where there's like people from out of town or like when Funhouse comes into town or something and
Yeah.
go out for dinner. And you're like, I want to make sure I sit near this person who I don't
Yes.
get to see so I could catch up with them. And you always end up at the fucking other end of the table and you're like,
Yep.
well, what's the point of this now?
You have just introduced one of the most nightmarish scenarios that happen in life to my broken brain is when the big group is walking towards the big table that you have and everyone's figuring out where to sit. I would pay money for there to be assigned seating.
Yeah.
Like just to know where I'm sitting and where everyone else is sitting because I hate
The
that.
best scenario is this round table.
Yes.
Because then everyone is
Yes.
just
Yes.
facing each other together.
Arthur had it down pat.
We can make a lot of money designing an app where you indicate the size of your table, you put the names of everyone who's there, and it
Who's
shuffles.
couples.
Right, it shuffles the seating order. It goes, all right, here's our seating
That's
map,
also
and it just
really
sends it to
like
everyone.
you can like gamify it almost, like kind of make it like look really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's
I
like
had this
because
happen the other month.
I always get like super anxious regardless what happens because I either sit on the end and then I'm like, what are they talking about down there?
Yeah.
Or I sit in the middle and I'm like trying to juggle
You don't
between
get any
both conversations.
yeah.
Like, and then you always sit like one part of the table's bigger than the other half, like taller.
Yeah, this a few months ago, I went out to dinner with some people at a convention, and it was like 14 of us, maybe, or something. Like
group.
it was a big group. We had like our own private space, which was nice. But I remember thinking like, they're like, okay, your table's ready. And we walked in, and I was the first person to walk in. And I was like, where do I sit? So I could make sure I want to sit next to the people who I don't get to see very often, so I get to talk to them. And there was this whole thing where like this other person sat down, and I was like, oh, I think like we're going to have this person sit there. And it was like this awkward conversation of like,
I hate this.
This person was going to sit there, and they got up to go get something, and now you're sitting there, and I have to tell you to leave. Worst thing ever. I hate it.
Well, you download my new app. Tables and Friends,
Kind of combining that.
published by Gusco.
Like a month ago, I started watching Seinfeld for the first time.
Oh.
And there's that Seinfeld episode where they're at the theater and Elaine's trying to hold all the
just save
seats
the
for them.
seats, yeah.
I was like, that doesn't happen anymore because you just have assigned seats.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the best.
That's also why I like Alamo Draft House, because it's assigned seating or something like that.
I mean, AMC and like Regal, all of them
They-
switched
they-
over to like they're being yanked into the 21st century, whether they like it or not.
What I love even more is the Alamo Draft Houses we have around here, the newer ones that have the recline seating, because the chairs are bigger, so there's even more space.
I don't like those because my long legs can never get like full. Like it's
Never get the
always
full recline.
kind of bent, and it's like I'm having to put some effort to keep my legs.
Yeah, the recline is recline with quotation marks
Yeah.
around it, but
It's
I
like
just like
this.
how much extra.
Yeah.
The other problem is when you have long legs, anytime a server comes by, you have to like pull them in and move them even
Yep.
because it's like your legs stick out into the aisle.
That's
if
why
I,
I
like-
sit like this,
Or if I'm trying to like
like on a horse.
But even so, then if I'm trying to sit sideways or trying to readjust, my knee bumps the button that kicks the middle out. So like I can't get comfortable. Like
There's no winning.
Now there's a war on tall people.
Yeah. We don't talk about it enough.
Short people run the world.
No,
Y'all are down there.
no.
Your little mechanisms.
No, because I am.
We can't see. We don't know what's happening.
Dating a short little girl, and she complains about she
He's
complained
not
about,
dating a little girl.
Well, a woman.
Whoa.
Let's just quickly
Rephrase phrasing.
a short
and
little woman.
she's a little woman, and she was complaining to me this weekend about like bar chairs.
I thought you were gonna say Barb, and I was like,
Barb,
excuse
she's complaining
me.
about Barb.
Barb
she's,
chairs.
she's tired of Barb with her
I said Barb
with her
chairs.
long legs. No, the
Bar chairs aren't good for anyone.
bar chairs because they're usually long enough where like the little
Yeah.
rod you can't reach with your legs, and so you're just dangling your feet like this.
How tall is she?
Huh?
How tall is she?
5'4".
My legs are
Not
too
that
long
short.
for those. Like I can't put them on
Yeah.
because it's too like
The bar is like a
I'm, like,
very
sitting, like,
specific.
I feel like 5'4" is not short.
5'4",
one gin and
5'.
tonic,
Let's
please.
see. Maybe she might be 5'3".
I want to say like I would consider short to be 5'2", 5'3" and under.
I'm gonna look up average height for a woman in the United States.
5'4.5", I want to say.
I mean, I think she talks when we're just short on just average
5'4".
human size.
5'4".
and 5'11" for dudes.
I think it's 5'9" for guys.
5'9". Ooh.
Or maybe even-
dudes. You've gotten shorter.
Maybe
5'9".
even 5. Okay.
Look at you. You do them both.
Everyone.
Barbara, on the
Everyone.
spot.
I know because I'm 5'9", so all men are puny.
Everyone's
Half
short.
of 'em.
That's just my. Everyone's short. Either you're short or you're a freak. Too tall.
Frick.
You're too tall.
Well, I forgot to mention. I think we mentioned this in passing last week, but podcast post shows are available for first member RSS feeds. It's something the first member RSS feeds is something we rolled out a few months ago. Now the post shows are available there as well. So you can sign up. There's a link in the description. If you don't know how to do it, just click the link. And why am I looking over there? I'm looking at myself at the TV. What am I Chris? My camera's over here. So yeah, just click the link in the description. It'll tell you all about how to set that up. Remember, as a reminder, if you're a first member, you get your own private RSS feed. That way you get the podcast early. You get the post shows in there now. Absolutely great. If you're not a first member, you can sign up for a free trial. Go check it out at roosterteeth.com. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm afraid of the
Floodwaters
dripping,
coming in?
weather happening. up
What's
there.
our water height?
Let's check it before we go.
Can you just put your hand in? Just so we just still have like how much of a Gus arm is it?
We're ending way early today. Whoa.
So like a third? Oh, wow.
Would that be good to make a beer out of, that water?
No. Yeah.
But that's like New York pizza's good because of the shitty New York water, right?
Let's sell this to New York City.
Is that what it is?
That's like kind of the idea.
Let's talk about it on the post show. All right. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
I didn't know water would smell that bad.